Plaintiff Soyina Waters is suing the defendant for emotional distress. Soyina claims the defendant attacked her and broke her nose in a Hallmark store while she and her children were shopping for Father's Day cards. Defendant Holly Tucker's countersuing for emotional distress because she says the plaintiff threatened to slice her throat and then spit at her.
Soyina Waters is suing Holly Tucker for emotional distress, and Holly is countersuing for emotional distress. Who is this, Soyina?
This is my daughter, Zaisha.
All right. How old are you, Zaisha?
18.
18?
Yeah.
All right. And who are you?
Jessica?
Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your relationship to the defendant?
I'm her friend, and I was there at the incident.
You were one of the girls there. Okay, good. All right, Soyina, we'll start with you.
First of all, Holly needs to be locked up. She's a monster. This woman is violent. She's a threat to society. In June of 2007, me and my children were in a shopping mall. We were in the Hallmark at this time. And at this time, I had my 5-month-old with me who was in a stroller. I had a 6-year-old little girl, and I had my daughter who was 16 at the time. The 5-month-old
and the 6-year-old, those are your children as well?
As well. I had 3 children.
So you're in the Hallmark store?
I'm in the Hallmark store, and I'm making my way up the aisle at this time. The girls had went up ahead of me. And
what girls went up ahead of you?
My 2 girls that went up ahead of me. And I had my stroller. There was a rolled up carpet in the aisle. Then I come around and I'm maneuvering my stroller through the aisle because the carpet is kind of hindering me to get through, but with a little work, I could have gotten him through. At this time, these 3 monsters come up. This one here was immediately to my back. She's huffing and puffing. I wish she'd hurry up, move out the way. This is what she's doing, mind you. And I turn around, I say, well, excuse me, there's multiple aisles, you could go through, or other than that, you have to wait. Immediately, what this monster here comes from the back.
Excuse me. What are we looking at? A card?
We're in Hallmark store. I'm coming through the aisle with my baby stroller. You're just going through the aisle? I'm going through the aisle.
Are you stopped at all?
Well, yeah, I'm stopped because I'm trying to get through. The carpet was there. But mind you, there's multiple aisles, and I have a video that I brought to show you that, this could have been avoided.
All right, you have a video? Let's start with the video. Get an idea of what we're talking about.
Of that. That's the mall. Right there is the entrance of the store there. And okay, that's the sunglass where I have a statement from a witness who worked there, the owner of that. I wanted to show you how close he was to see. Okay. He had a bird's eye view of actually what happened.
Here is an aisle.
And yes, I was making my way up this aisle.
Do you know which aisle you were in?
The carpet was there in that aisle.
What aisle?
The aisle where the first aisle they showed. Okay. This is the aisle that she ran up, but there was another aisle, and then there's another aisle here in front of her, and then there's another way they could have went around right here by where the cashier is.
Okay.
There was 5 aisles I just showed. Okay.
All
but
right,
instead, this monster here comes from behind and says, press past the female dog. And she shoves me so hard into my baby stroller, and he screamed to high heaven. When I grabbed him and turned to her, I said, what the heck? What is your problem? Are you psycho or something? Yeah, I'm up in her face. I'm screaming to come to my baby's defense, from a mother to another mother. I couldn't believe she had just attacked me and assaulted me. So I'm in her face, I'm shouting. She comes over with her forearm, wham, right across my nose. Immediately, blood started, coming out of my nose. And she goes into a windmill. Oh, like this. She comes right on top of me. She goes into a windmill. So I got my baby stroller. I'm trying to be compassionate about this as I can, but I got my hand on my baby stroller, and I'm blocking her. She's going through a windmill, right? I cannot believe what is happening here. My kids are in the store, and then people, are pouring into the store at this time. My shirt's bloody. I'm trying to, block her, and I got my baby here. He's hollering. So at this point, she runs up. She says, I can't believe I'm fighting up in this store, to her friends. And she runs up to the back of the aisle, and then they all 3 try to make their way out. And I said, no, you're not going to leave. And I called the cashier. I said, miss, call the police and the store security. And she says, I'm on it. At this point, my daughter, this is Aisha. I have photos of my injuries. I have police report here. I have all the criminal documents and medical documents, Your Honor. I had to go through surgery But I went, through the x-rays and different things. I had a fracture. My nose was broken. So I had to go through surgery.
Did you break her nose?
Your Honor, yes, I did hit her, but the whole story,
Yeah.
the only part that was honest about her story was the fact that I ran away from her saying, I can't believe I'm fighting this woman.
All right. Tell me what happened that night.
Well, this woman, 2 times bigger than me.
2 times bigger than you?
Yes. She's blocking the aisle. My friend approaches her. She sees my friend walking up, and she turns to us before we even said anything. My friend said, excuse me, politely.
Oh, that's a lie. Come on.
She said, excuse me, politely.
Why are you in the Hallmark store?
We were going to get gifts for our Father's Day cards.
Are you in the Father's Day card aisle?
Yes.
Okay.
And she was in the right aisle. I was in the far left aisle. My friend said, excuse me.
Of the same aisle, not right aisle, left aisle.
I'm sorry.
The right
She
side.
was in the right side. Fine, that's okay.
Let me see if I understand this, because
I
you
know
are
this
not
is the
being
hardest
clear
part.
at all.
I understand.
Listen to me. There is an aisle.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a stroller with a baby in the stroller.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to get around her?
Because there was a table.
Not because, yes or no. Are you
Yes.
trying to get around her?
Yes.
All in the same aisle, Your Honor.
We're in the aisle.
Yes. We were all in the same
I
aisle.
was kind of behind her.
Got it. See
Okay.
how long that took?
So I go around her. Jessica then, she turns around to us and then says, there are other ways to go around the store. But she says it with an attitude.
So Ina says there's
Yeah, she
other
says
aisles.
it with an attitude.
Yeah,
So
she's got
Jessica-
an attitude.
Yeah, so
Imagine,
Jessica
yeah.
says, well, it's fine, we're waiting. So I said, there was, like I said, there was space for us to walk by, and I actually walked behind her to get around her.
Mm-hmm.
Say, this is her. I walked behind her to get around her to that aisle, to the far left. And at that point, she started going off and calling me bees, and you don't know me, I will slice your throat. And
That's a lie.
anyway,
That's a lie.
she
That's
said
a
all
lie.
that to me. My friend was, I had words back with her too as well.
What'd you say to her?
I don't, honestly, to this day, I don't remember. I was laughing at her saying, you're going to slice my throat in the Hallmark store.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
right.
I didn't
And
know.
I walked away from her. Me and my friend were trying to walk away from her. As I turned to walk away, she spit.
Yeah, when did y'all come up with that
Like that.
story? Last night? Come on.
So after
police
she
report
spit
here.
and some of her spit got on me, I turned around and we started going at it or whatever.
What does that
Sorry,
mean?
when
when
you
you
As far
started
as
going at it?
arguing. Now, we were like a couple steps away from each other. When I turned around after she spit on me, I did get in her,
you're lying.
I did turn back in her face. We were arguing back and forth. And at this point, I don't know where the keys, because she had a knife on her keychain that she was threatening to slice my throat with.
Everybody's cursing at everybody else.
It's just us
She
two.
looks at
I'm sorry.
She looks at you and says, there are other aisles.
Mm-hmm.
You're stunned that she says this, and you start calling each other names. I don't care who goes first. Then what you're saying is she spit on you, and then she's reaching for her little knife on her keychain?
First was the knife on the keychain thing. Then she
That's a
spit on
good
me when
one.
I turned around, when I laughed at her about the
Why
knife.
is she
good
spitting
one.
on
Yeah,
you?
why? Come
Think
on.
like-
Jessica, get up here. What happened?
Okay. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
Good, thank you. So just start from the beginning. We walk in the store, right? So we're walking into Hallmark, and I guess the woman heard us approaching from behind.
Right.
She's walking through with her stroller. We see her.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she saw us, heard us coming from behind. So she says, she turns around, and that's when I said, excuse me. So she says, oh, you guys have to wait. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we continue talking amongst ourselves, and she turns back around and says, well, there's other aisles that you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
This time a little more nasty. So I'm like, well, miss, I'm trying to get to this side of the store, so I'll just wait for you to finish doing whatever you're doing. So Holly ends up walking around her, and she tells us to go ahead around her like she did.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady, that's when she got irate, and she starts digging in the top of her stroller like, you guys don't know me, I'll cut you.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, this lady is crazy. I'm not standing around to wait for her to cut me. I'm like, Holly, let's go. She's crazy. Let's just get away from this lady. So as we continue to go around, she like steps toward and spits because we're trying to walk away from her. So that's when everything just escalated to another level because, of course, that's just disgusting. No one wants to be spit on. So it's like the woman and Holly are at each other's, they're in each other's
in my
personal
space.
space.
She's in your space.
So Holly hits the lady. She couldn't have hit her more than twice. There was no windmill.
There was no
action. I
with
don't.
my wrist and all that.
Because as soon as she hit the woman, she was like, oh my God, I'm fighting this lady. And I don't want to fight this lady. And she turns to walk away. We're trying to leave the store. And she's, like she said, her blood is gushing from her nose. And she's running back and forth in front of the exit screaming how she got snuck.
Got it. Okay. What did you see, Zaisha?
Once I heard, like, it was a lot of people in the store, and then I heard all this yelling. I heard my mom yelling. So I went to go see.
Your mom
me and my
can
little
yell
sister.
too.
Yeah. So me and my little sister went to where she was at, and I just seen all this blood, and it was like all these people in the store. I'm like, what happened to you? Who did this? And she was pointing at Holly. It was 3 of them. I heard Holly talking to her friends like, oh, I snuck her. And then they were trying to, she was asking her friend. She was asking her friends like, did I sneak her? Like I snuck her?
Did I what?
Like hit her like off guard.
Snuck her. Like
Yeah,
a sucker
basically.
punch. All right.
So
The court will take judicial notice of the word snucker. Okay, go ahead.
So her and her 3 friends was leaving the store. So I'm like, oh, well, you just hit my mom, so I'm going to fight you. So I was behind her, and I grabbed her by her, and I turned around,
Okay.
and I punched her in her face.
Okay, Mama.
Yes.
Last few words. Few. Injury?
Yeah, I sustained some injury. I have some photos here. And,
Let me see. What are your damages?
I have witness statements I would like to
Yeah, let me see them.
create.
Okay, what am I looking at? A swollen eyes
present.
here?
Yes, a swollen eye, Your Honor. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. So that didn't
bad.
come. That was multiple. She's lying.
This
That
is
was a
not
nice
one
story they put together.
snucker.
It's a nice story they put together. Yeah, that's a nice story they put together, but that's not true. You have
All right, medical
my
records?
evidence. Yes,
Let's
I have
see it.
them here. This after,
Whose
that was
handwriting?
right.
Who
She
wrote
put
this?
My 8-year-old.
Were minded their own biz, B-I-Z, when
were.
Holy Turkey. Oh, Holly Tucker.
Yeah.
Holly Tucker smashed into Soyina's son. The security
trying
police
to get
came
at
to
him.
break up the fight when Soyina was punched in the nose and broke it. Did you save this? Save it. It's very cute.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No. Isaiah Walters, eyewitness in altercation. Who's Keith Williams?
He was
Sunglass Hut?
He's the manager and owner of the.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Why didn't she go to another aisle? She's a mother with a baby and a 6-year-old and what's the big deal?
See, I can't explain the setup right. The way I'm
I
trying
get it. It's an aisle.
this is her. I went behind her back into this aisle
But
right
she
here.
says you're going, or how did you do it?
Box.
I wish you come on, move. You know, that's Jessica doing that.
I mean,
this
For a woman with a
monster
baby who
here.
did nothing to me, I'm just gonna
Honestly,
see how
That's
All right.
exactly what she was.
All right.
doing.
I think we
Not
had
at
enough.
all.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you suing for anything?
no, I just no.
Good. Were you arrested?
I was arrested and handcuffed, and went to see the judge. I've been back and forth to court plenty of times. She never showed up. Her
I
daughter
have the
never
whole
showed
entire
up.
story on that.
I have the
entire
same thing
story.
as well.
Good,
How many
it's the
times
same
I've
thing,
been to
I'm sure.
court? I've been back and forth to court. She didn't show up. Her daughter didn't show up to court.
Not true.
You were found guilty. End of the story. All right. The plaintiff right now is suing for emotional distress against the defendant. The defendant says she was in my space. And then Jessica says, the defendant's witness, she couldn't have hit her more than twice. All right. And then Jessica says she turned to walk away. She's trying to get away. She's blocking her because she's been victimized. She's been assaulted by these wise guys in the store who have been convicted, who deserve to be convicted. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, you've proven your case not just by a preponderance of the evidence, but beyond a reasonable doubt. You are absolutely entitled to pain and suffering for what happened to you. And I'm going to award you $3,500 in damages. So ordered.